Hello and welcome to Before the Heights on the SEC Network. We are at the Hearn Center on the campus of the University of Missouri as the 24th ranked Missouri Tigers host the 3rd ranked LSU Tigers. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Roethlisberger, joined tonight by Bridget Sloan, one of the most decorated gymnasts in American history, and the show would have to be longer if we're going to cover your whole resume, but Olympian, world champion, NCAA champion. Bridget, tonight, on paper, Missouri is outmatched by the LSU Tigers, but what has to happen for Missouri to make this interesting?
They really need to just keep their consistency. They need to build that confidence from the very first vault. Build the confidence and keep that momentum going. With that, I think they'll be able to accomplish a lot tonight.
Now, you had a chance to see Missouri last week, and their star sophomore, who really has been an MVP for that team this year. Aspen
Tucker has done a tremendous job this year already. She really is, as you said, the MVP. She is a rock star for this Missouri team. She is very confident on every single event. She trusts herself and trusts her skill. This floor routine was awesome last weekend.
So while Bridget was watching Missouri, I had a chance to see LSU, and they got the job done again. They keep rolling at home. Sarah Finnegan led the way on bars, her 11th bar title of her career. Meanwhile, Maya Hambrick, the other half of the dynamic duo, won the all-around, won the floor exercise with career highs. And LSU, man, they are getting the job done at home. Outstanding job for the Tigers once again. Here's the standings, the rankings within the SEC. You can see LSU is the highest nationally ranked team in the SEC. Missouri, meanwhile, is the lowest ranked team in the country from this conference. However, still a very respectable 24th ranked team. Some things to watch for tonight. It's going to be a fun evening, but we're going to look at what does the mid-season of the women's collegiate gymnastics look like in the SEC. We're going to talk to Bridget about that. We're also going to talk more about the success of Missouri under their coach, Shannon Welker. He's done an amazing job with this team, but we're also going to we're going to go off the floor, and we're going to look at what Brittany Ward and Becca Schugel have done on their trip to South Africa. An amazing experience for them. And we're also going to look at highlights from a big one in Gainesville, number 9 Alabama and number 5 Florida. Teams are in the tunnel getting ready to go out. Every SEC meet, Bridget, you've been in the belly of the beast. Every SEC team around the country, they have got a lot of fanfare. We can barely hear each other talk right now. Missouri's no exception. This has got to be fun for a gymnast.
Oh, it's so fun. And I don't think the fans realize how important they really are to the athletes and to the gymnasts competing.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to pass it down to the in-house announcer, Larry Noda. Larry, take it away.
Freshman Bridget Dean. Freshman Christina Desiderio. Freshman Sammy Durante. Freshman Sarah Edwards. Freshman Olivia Gunter. Freshman Grayson Stanley. Sophomore Ashlyn Kirby. Sophomore Ruby Harold. Sophomore Kennedy Edney. Junior Juliana Canamella. Junior Lexi Priestman. Junior McKenna Kelly. Junior Sarah Finnegan. Senior Lauren Lee. Senior Erin McAdag. Senior Maya Hambrick. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tigers of LSU.
By head coach Shannon Welker and assistant coaches John Carney and Casey Joe McPherson, here are your Missouri Tigers. A freshman from Spring, Texas, Belle Godula. A freshman From Catoosa, Oklahoma, Lauren Clevenger. A freshman from Rapid City, South Dakota, Chelsea Christensen. A freshman from Archibald, Ohio, Paige Kovneski. A sophomore from Lehigh Acres, Florida, Aspen Tucker. A sophomore from Richland Hills, Texas, Mary Nicholson. A junior from Birmingham, Alabama, Brooke Kelly. A junior from Mesa, Arizona, Allison Bauer. A junior from Ozark, Missouri, a three-time All-American, Brittany Ward. A junior from Columbia, Missouri, Zaria Lewis. A junior from St. Louis, Missouri, a two-time academic All-American, Madeline Huber. A junior from Parkville, Missouri, a two-time academic All-American, McKaylee Turner. A senior from Atlanta, Georgia, a two-time academic All-American, Kennedy Harris. A senior from Garland, Texas, Tia Albritton. And a senior from Knoxville, Tennessee, Shauna Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Missouri Tigers.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise, remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem. Performing the anthem this evening, Christian Gentile.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Coming up live on the SEC Network next, number 3 LSU versus number 24 Missouri. Missouri Tigers host the third-ranked LSU Tigers in the second meet of our doubleheader on Friday Night Heights. Hello everyone, I'm John Roethlisberger alongside Olympian and NCAA champion Bridget Sloan. Lauren Sisler will also be joining us from the sideline shortly. Bridget, you had a chance to see Missouri and Aspen Tucker last week.
And Aspen Tucker has been an MVP for this Missouri team. She has been so confident on all 4 events. She's a really strong competitor for them, and I see her doing great things the rest of the season.
I had a chance to see LSU last week, and they continued to roll. Flying Finnegan was at it again. She won her 11th bar title with a career-high 9.975. And the other half of the dynamic duo from LSU, Maya Hambrick, man, she had a record night herself, won the all-around with a career-high score, and continues to roll undefeated on the floor exercise. Here's everything else LSU did last week. They continued their streak of 197-plus scores, 28th straight. Wow, that's amazing. 31st straight home win. They defend that home turf in front of a huge crowd of over 13,000, and they had 7 career highs during the course of that competition. And like every Friday Night Heights event, we get right to it. We're not going to mess around. Missouri is starting on the vault. Kennedy Harris will lead off for them as you see the average scores for the Missouri vault lineup.
And Kennedy, this is a strong position for her to be in. You are the leadoff. You are setting the tone for the team for that event. And in warm-up, she had some pretty good Yurchenko pulls. So I expect to see a pretty big one here.
It's going to be critical for Missouri tonight to get every little tenth they can get out of their routines. That means sticking landings, and there's no better place to stick landings than vault.
Little crunchy on that vault. You could tell that she wasn't quite ready for the landing. Had to land it a little bit low, but did her best to recover as well as she could. You see right here, she just gets way too far at the edge of that table.
Looked like her hair touched the table a little bit.
Definitely not really what they wanted to start out with, but they do have 5 more competitors to make those scores count.
Now we're going to go quickly over to the bars. LSU's lineup has started off with Sammy Durante, and what a year she's had on bars. She's competed in all the meets for them, has yet to make a mistake. She's been freshman of the week. Sammy Durante done an outstanding job for them in the leadoff spot.
Beautiful handstand. Right into her Jaeger, well above the high bar. Pack salto right there. She is doing a great job highlighting the little details here. Great last handstand. All she's got left is the dismount. Tuck pull in. Slight hop on the landing, but great start.
Sammy's number 21 in the country on this event. Outstanding for a freshman.
And this release move, well above the high bar. Beautiful Jaeger. And here, let's see this handstand. Gorgeous handstand, right in the green, right where she needs to be.
We're going to go back over to the vault. Kennedy Harris in the leadoff spot got a 9.65 for Missouri. Certainly a score they're not going to want to count. They can drop the low, but it's important that the rest of the way they are much cleaner.
Here, Madeline Huber. Another Yurchenko full. Great height off the vault. Great landing. Definitely should be happy with that vault. And here, look how high she gets. Keeps her body open, finds that landing. I love that she keeps her shape throughout the entire vault. Great job by Madeline.
That is the kind of landing Missouri is going to need. Still waiting for the bar score. You know, Shannon Welker said, yeah, you want your team to hit, but he said he really put a lot of emphasis on making the hits even better, like cleaner hits, better hits, because they've hit, but they're just not getting those 9.8s and 9.9s.
Most definitely.
Here's Maya Hambrick on bars.
Beautiful release. Into her bail. Little short on that handstand. But all she's got left is this dismount. Tuck pull in. Great landing by Maya.
Maya Hambrick has been unflappable this season. Here are the rules for college gymnastics. They get 6 gymnasts per event. Like I had mentioned earlier, they count the 5 best scores. So if somebody falls, they can drop that score, but you cannot afford to have more than one mistake. They add up all 4 apparatus, and that is your team winner, whoever has the highest total. The home team gets to start on vault and go Olympic order, while the away team starts on bars and has to finish on balance beam. So Madeline Huber gets a 9.85. That is a career high for her, exactly what Missouri needs, and this is Shauna Miller.
Great vault by Shauna.
There you go.
I love the excitement. She knows that was a good vault. She had great height off the table, great body position, found that landing. Great job by Shauna. Slight shuffle in her feet, but we'll see what the judges take off.
She likes it, and she should. Be interesting to see what the judges do with that. As we mentioned, Huber got a 9.85. Will it build closer to that 9.9? Now, Ashlyn Kirby is in for Ruby Harold. Ruby Harold competed last week, previously this season for LSU. They've had a little trouble in that spot, so Ashlyn gets her shot.
Great release, beautiful Tkachev.
And that is unfortunate. Going for those handstands, Bridget.
You know, it's a risk you take sometimes. But now all she has to do is finish the routine as best as she can, get her mind right. All she's got left is a dismount. Double layout.
And that
Great finish.
It was on pace to be a great routine. Unfortunately, she's only done bars once this season and also had a mistake. So the second time did not get better.
And she just doesn't have enough momentum. She goes up in the air, and as soon as she hits the low bar, you can tell that her feet are actually on the opposite side of the bar where she wanted them.
Let's go to Lauren Sisler on the sidelines. Lauren?
Yeah, one thing that LSU has reiterated is they're really trying to go 24 for 24 on their routines. Unfortunately, they're Ashlyn Kirby falling on that bar routine, so they won't be able to do it tonight, but they really want to build on that momentum.
This is Aspen Tucker.
Another great landing. Missouri is doing a great job of showing how, focusing on the details right here. Huge block, great body position throughout the entire vault.
Shauna Miller got a 9.825 in the third spot. Aspen Tucker should be right in that same range of scores, which is very good for Missouri while LSU is making mistakes. Bridget, last week we saw LSU have 2 major mistakes on bars. The other 4 scores, however, were all career highs, so they salvaged a great bar score, but now the pressure's on.
And that's what it takes when you have your teams back. When they have mistakes, you want to have your teams back.
Take a look at Kennedy Edney. Has had a great collegiate career, even though she is only a sophomore, NCAA vault champion last year, and SEC all freshman. Now the pressure is on her here. She followed a mistake last week with a mistake of her own, only scored a 9.4. Let's see if she learned anything from that experience. Ashlyn Kirby, by the way, a 9.175. Maya Hambrick, a 9.875.
Good release right there, proving that she can get that focus right back. Beautiful bail.
Aspen Tucker's score on vault, a 9.825, so rolling for Missouri on vault.
Double layout, dismount, gets that stick, great job.
We call that stopping the bleeding. Going up after a mistake and you get things right back on track.
And here's her release. Beautiful, well above the high bar. Double layout, finds that landing. Really fights for that stick. She knows that her score really needs to count.
As I mentioned, Aspen Tucker, 9.825. Now Allison Bauer, she's number 12 in the country on vault, trying to break that ever-precious 9.9 barrier.
Handspring front pike half, slight step, but overall great job. Would love to see her get her chest up at the end of that vault a little bit more. A very unique vault. You see she can find that landing. Just really needs to trust herself.
Impressive vault rotation for Missouri. Score for Kennedy Edney, 9.825. Now the defending SEC uneven bars champion, Lexi Priestman, tries to add to their total.
Lexi is a beautiful bar worker. It's a big combination right here. Tkachev right into a pack. Beautiful handstand. Just the dismount left. Huge double layout and a slight hop. She had a little bit too much power, a little too much energy. But this release move right here, this combination, gorgeous Tkachev, immediately into a pack salto.
And you know when your double layout's this big, if you don't stick, you're mad.
But she should still be really happy with that routine. I mean, how many people can say they over-rotate a double layout like that?
Not me, I can tell you that. Now, Brittany Ward is following Allison Bauer's 9.825. Very consistent vaulters.
Oh, tried to get that stick.
Just a little low on that landing. Very close to stuck.
But half on, tuck half off. Talking to Shannon earlier, he really wanted to be consistent, and right now Missouri is showing their consistency and showing that they are a true team player here.
Lexi Priestman, a 9.875. Now Sarah Finnegan, she's number 4 in the country on this event. She's the defending NCAA champ. She won it last week with a 9.975.
Big release. Sarah has absolutely beautiful toe point. Really focuses on the little details leading up to this dismount. Double layout. Again, having a little too much power, had to take a step back. Take another look at this release right here from high to low. Beautiful bail, a little separation in her feet. And this dismount. Big double layout. Just got to control that energy.
So Missouri has a great first rotation on vault. And we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the success of this Missouri program under Shannon Welker.
I think we had all these awesome resources here at University of Missouri when our coaching staff got here, and it was just a great opportunity.
Talk about the teams at the top of the conference, the LSU Tigers, the Florida Gators, but very quietly, Shannon Welker has done quite an amazing job here at Missouri.
He has, and he's really helped this team scale back and build and really focus on the confidence in every single routine and get that consistency up. He wants to be a major factor in the SEC championships and down the road in that NCAA championships.
Let's take a closer look at how Missouri and Shannon Welker are taking the next steps, brought to you by Regions. In Shannon Welker's first season, 2014, they were 41st in the nation at the end of the year, but that did not last long because going into 2015, he was the most improved program. The Missouri Tigers were the most improved program when they moved to 21st in the country, a huge drop, the biggest drop of step up rather of any team. Meanwhile, they kept improving going into 2016, 19th ranked in the country, led by an SEC Freshman of the Year in Porter.
And Morgan Porter has done a great job. She suffered a career-ending, or I should say season-ending injury her sophomore year, but she is making her way back.
But they continued to improve in 2017 with the 17th ranked team in the country despite that injury to Porter. Now we're just waiting to see what can they do in 2018. They've had some challenges early in the season, but Shannon Welker still believes that this team can qualify for the NCAA championships. There is head coach Shannon Welker. And after one rotation, I tell you what, Shannon's got to be happy because that 49.15 is a season high for Missouri, and they are just half a tenth behind LSU. In the next rotation, LSU will be on vault. We'll get a chance to see Sarah Edwards, and Missouri will be on bars with their star, Aspen Tucker. Back at the Hearn Center on the campus of Missouri University, and after one rotation, just a half a tenth lead. This is not where the LSU Tigers thought they would be after one, just a half a tenth ahead of the Missouri Tigers, but now they get to go to a vault, an event they're very good at, Bridget.
And I think LSU is going to put up some big scores tonight. They have a lot of 10-0 start values here. In watching them in warm-up, they are really focusing on getting the takeoff, getting that height off the vault, and making sure those landings are there.
They are number 4 in the country on this event. You can see head coach Dee Dee Bro getting in the huddle. She had a serious looking face in that huddle. She wants to see some big vaults, and she wants to see some stuck landings, starting with Juliana Canamella.
And again, being the leadoff, your job is to set the tone.
So we're waiting for some, actually just double checking the vault setting here. That's team manager Nico Cusimano, young man I know well.
And here on vault, we're gonna really look for the amplitude. We're gonna look for those landings and definitely the start value. That's been a crucial point for a lot of athletes and teams.
Here we go.
Your Chico fall, beautiful stick. Great height, as we said, amplitude, kept her body position, found that landing. Awesome start for the LSU Tigers.
It starts from a 9.95, Bridget. Can you possibly give it less than a 9.95? It looked perfect to me.
It looked perfect to me, and there you see that stick crown, well deserved.
First chance to see the stick crown tonight. Now Aspen Tucker, their star sophomore, will lead things off on bars.
Great handstand. Beautiful Pike Jaeger. Just gearing up for this dismount.
And it's a 9.9 for Canamella on vault, so the judges magically found a half-tenth off on that.
Into the double tuck and his stick. Sticks are contagious. I think Missouri is definitely going to want to see those sticks be contagious the rest of the meet. But this giant full right into a double tuck, finds the landing, doesn't move. Would love to see her get those heels together.
I don't think you could fit a stick crown on that hair right there. That is some awesome hair.
It would definitely have to go on very strategically.
Sarah Finnegan now will be in the second spot. She is 26th in the nation on this event.
Huge Yurchenko full.
Do you give it a stick, Bridget? Is it a stick?
I will give that a college stick.
Lauren, what do you think?
I don't know. I think it was pretty darn close. And, you know, believe it or not, the inspiration behind that stick crown came from Jay Clark's former colleague, Mark Richt, when he was at Georgia. He's now the head football coach at Miami. Richt's football team rallied behind the turnover chain. He said, maybe this will work, but here's the key, and Bridget knows all about this. They were going to do a tiara, but you know that's going to mess up the hair. Can't do the tiara.
You can't put a tiara in all of their beautiful updos and expect it to come out nicely.
I got no comment. Brooke Kelly next up on bars, following Aspen Tucker's 9.725. Sarah Finnegan gets a 9.875, so the judges may not have given her a stuck landing.
Another huge release. Right into her bail. A little short on that bail right there. But good handstand. All she's got left is a dismount.
Ooh.
Slight hop on the dismount, but huge double layout to end that routine.
There's some big skills that look like they should be stuck tonight. Gymnasts are just taking those small hops.
And this release right here, Pike Jaeger well above the high bar. And here's the handstand. Right in that green. She's a little shy on the green. We'll see what the judges think.
I'm giving it to her. Close enough. Now this is Brooke Kelly, former JO national champ. I'm sorry, that was my mistake. Sarah Edwards, rather.
With a huge 1.5, the first 10-0 start value for the LSU Tigers on vault.
And she's really been a big contributor this year, a surprise for the LSU Tigers.
And there's nothing like a good surprise, and finds that landing. It is a blind landing, has to take the step back, just a little under-rotated. You really want to see her get off the ball a little bit higher.
Brooke Kelly, rather, just finished bars, 9.725 again for her. So two 9.725s for Missouri on bars. They will want to improve on that. Tia Albright will have a chance to do just that.
Tia is a senior and is a well-seasoned veteran for this Missouri team. here, looking for those handstands, the form, and especially the landings on the dismount, something that a lot of gymnasts really forget to focus on is the landing on the dismount. That's the last thing the judges see before they give them that score. And Tia's doing a great job so far. Little short on that handstand. Nice giant full right into a double tuck. Takes a step back.
I think this is a perfect example, Bridget, of what Shannon was talking about. They're hitting, but they're just giving away these tenths here and there.
They're giving away those small tenths right there. A little form break, a little leg separation, and here on the dismount, has to take that step. Really want to fight for those landings.
Sarah Edwards got a 9.85 for her vault. Now Lexi Priestman will have her chance.
Right here with a Yurchenko full, huge Yurchenko full. Slight hop on the landing, but great vault for Lexi. And as we said, that 1.5 started out at a 10.0, going back to the Yurchenko full. It does start out at a 9.95.
Jay Clark's got the purple jacket on tonight. You know it's going to be a good night when Jay Clark's got the purple jacket on.
Can't go wrong in a purple blazer.
So this is Allison Bauer. This is her first time on bars this season. There's a lot riding on this routine. They need a big score. Tia Albright got a 9.625.
A little short on that first handstand. Good release. Again, even good bail. Again, they're just not really being aggressive on the handstands, which is something that we're going to want to see later on. Big double layout. Again, a slight hop on the landing. And as you said, John, they're making the routines, but they're just giving away little tenths here and there.
This is Maya Hambrick, and in my opinion, amongst the big names on LSU, the Finnegans and the Priestmans, this young lady might be the most valuable to that squad. 2017 first team all-around All-American, 3-time All-SEC, vault champion in the SEC, but you know what she's done this year dwarfs all of that. I think she's going to have some NCAA titles by the time this season is over.
Absolutely, she is a tremendous athlete. Huge 1.5. If that's not a stick, I don't know what is.
If that's not a 10, Bridget, come on now.
I don't know what they can take off.
You find me a deduction. You look for it. Tell me where it is.
Nowhere. Gets those heels together. Great amplitude off the vault. That was a huge vault. That should be a big score for LSU.
Didi is still pumping the fist. You gotta love it. That looked like a perfect vault to me. Then again, I've been wrong all season when it comes to perfect routines. We'll see what the judges do. This is Shauna Miller on bars. Lauren's got more on her.
Yeah, guys, it hasn't been an easy season for Missouri. A couple weeks ago, they lose one of their top gymnasts, Becca Schugel. But Coach Walker says he's really challenging all the gymnasts to step up and take things to another level. Shauna Miller really showing that leadership in the gym and here in competition. And he believes if they keep doing the right things, it will all pay off.
Thanks, Lauren. Maya Hambrick, meanwhile, a 9.95. We'll take that up with the judges later, but a good routine from Shauna Miller.
Good routine, but again, giving away those sticks. Had to take a step on that double layout. But overall, Mizzou is doing a great job of showing consistency. They just really need to work on those little details.
One more vaulter to go. This is Kennedy Edney. She is the NCAA champ on this event out of Chino, California in precision gymnastics. Let's see if she can break that 10.
I hope so, and she is so fierce.
I'm not sure anyone can do a more perfect vault than we saw from Maya, but if anybody could do it, it's the NCAA champ.
Yurchenko 1.5. Again, I don't know what they're going to do.
I'm not going to say anything. You know, she had a little foot movement when she landed. I don't know if that's considered a step. You make the call, Bridget.
I think she was just getting those heels together, showing those judges that she did not move on that vault.
She's got the stick crown. It's been determined by the other Tigers. It was a stuck landing. Now Madeline Huber is the last gymnast to go. Shauna Miller gets a 9.75. So right now they're counting a 9.625. So anything higher than that from Huber will add to the team score from Missouri. They need every 10th they can get.
Little short on that first handstand. Beautiful release right into a bail.
Kennedy Edney, by the way, a 9.95. So two 9.95s for LSU on vault.
Really want to see a stick here. Double layout. I don't know if that was a stick or not. We'll call it a college stick. Take a look here. Beautiful double layout, well above the high bar. And
I'd give it to her. It's the turn to judge technique.
it is the turn to judge technique.
LSU, by the way, a 49.525 is their season high on vault.
You can see Coach Shannon Welker. He should be really proud of the team. They are showing consistency, but being a little more aggressive in the gym, I think, is really going to show in the competition.
Lauren Sisler is catching up with Shannon Welker right now on the floor.
Coach, you emphasize quality in these routines. How do you grade out those first two events?
Yeah, good. I thought I liked vault. I thought we started off pretty well there on vault. We were a little off in that first one, but I liked the next 5 up. Did a real nice job. I thought bars, we swang well. Little tentative on a couple of cast handstands, but I think overall I was pleased with where we're at, and I think we're making a nice step tonight.
What do you need to see in these last two events to consider this an improvement from last week?
Yeah, I think just some confidence and some consistency and just having fun. I mean, we got a great crowd here, and they're having fun, and I think we just got to be part of that. So, yeah.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, Lauren. When we come back, we're going to step off the gym floor a little bit and see what Brittany Ward and Becca Schugel have done in the offseason. They had an amazing trip to South Africa.
Schugel, and we were there for 2.5 weeks. We got to work with an organization called One Life, and they run a kindergarten class there. We got to play and interact with the kids and build like a literacy center. We also got to go over to their elementary school and we taught kids English. I think one thing that really stuck with me is just how grateful I am for the opportunities I have for the education that we get. We have so many opportunities where we are, and just to be happy with whatever circumstances come your way, because these kids are living some of the toughest lives I've ever heard of. Yet they're the happiest kids you would never know. Not only are we here able to do our gymnastics and get our education, but it just allows us to just appreciate all of it, and just kind of gives me a new perspective going in every day.
Becca and Brittany came out of this trip with a renewed outlook on life, especially for Becca, who sustained a season-ending Achilles injury just a couple weeks ago. She did go through surgery. It was a success. She also applied for the nursing program, in which she was accepted into in January, so she's looking towards that in her future, but you can see her on the sidelines cheering. John, she is very much a part of this team.
Thanks, Lauren. What an amazing experience for those two young ladies. And you know what? What two fine student athletes. Definitely the Missouri program has a couple they should be very proud of. Coming up, the Missouri Tigers will go to beam. They will be anchored by Brittany Ward. Meanwhile, LSU will be on floor with the #1 ranked gymnast in the country on that event, Maya Hambrick. Missouri LSU has now got a bit of a comfortable lead, 8/10 over the Missouri Tigers, but you know, there's a lot at stake here tonight, not just who wins the competition, but Missouri is trying to move up those rankings, which are so important. Now they move to the balance beam, Bridget, and this is where the rubber hits the road. This is where champions are made or champions are lost.
Balance beam is what I always like to call the make or break event. You got to work the beam. You never let the beam work you. And watching Mizzou in warm-up, they looked very confident. Well, let's see what they do here in the competition.
Allison Bauer will lead it off for Missouri. Interesting, Allison's got a brother, Allen, who competes for the #1 ranked men's team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners. He is also a member of the U.S. national team, one of the best gymnasts in the country.
Handspring layout. The trick to beam is to just show composure. And right now, Allison is doing just that. Into a front toss right into a beat zone. Very nice connection there. Another beat jump into a straddle three-quarter. She is doing a great job of being confident on the balance beam, gearing up for this dismount. Gainer full, slight step on the dismount. Again, really want to see these Mizzou Tigers really focus on the landings, but great start for Missouri. Allison Bauer should be really happy with that routine.
Now over to floor exercise. We're going to lead this event off with the freshman Sarah Edwards. Coach Jay Clark said when he first saw Sarah Edwards, he knew that she would contribute on vault eventually, but she has gotten on the floor lineup and she won't give it up.
And that is amazing.
Lauren's got a little bit more on Sarah Edwards. Lauren?
Yeah, just reiterating what you're saying there, John. She walked on at LSU and has far exceeded expectations. Again, her vault to the moon and back, her amplitude on that. But then she comes over to floor. Jay said they put her in the lineup with hopes of giving some of the other girls a little bit of rest. But now she's become a staple here in this opening spot. And as you know, John, coming in as a walk-on, this team has a lot of depth, and it just shows that.
And that first spot is so important. We saw Allison Bauer nail it for Missouri. Now the pressure's on this young freshman to do the same on floor.
And she had a great first pass, a front double twist. Second pass, double tuck, great landing. Floor exercise is the one event that they really get to bring out their personality. Her teammates are definitely getting into this routine. Final tumbling pass here. Front full, required double salto pass. Great job.
You can't help but love that young lady. She's got a big smile on her face all the time, and she just continues to deliver.
And check out this second pass, double tuck, finds that landing. And here, front full. She has done a great job of proving herself to this LSU team.
And the stick crown again. That thing's going to be worn out by the end of the season. Now Aspen Tucker, second up on balance beam. Allison Bauer got a 9.8 in the leadoff spot. A great first score.
Aspen had a great beam routine last week against Georgia. Now she is in front of her home crowd. Handspring pike, fights for that landing a little low.
We talked about how valuable Aspen has been to this Missouri team. She's done all around in every competition. Only had one mistake out of all of her routines so far this year, and that happened to be on balance beam 2 weeks ago.
Good beat jump right into a handspring layout, or into a layout step out. She's doing a great job of just keeping her rhythm, making sure she doesn't have too many pauses. Beat jump right into another straddle three-quarter. Getting ready for the dismount here. Round off, double twist. Again, fights for that landing. I guess we'll have to see what the judges think. In here, good takeoff. Twist a little early, but really tries to fight for that landing.
She was looking for it, man. She opened that up and she wanted that stuck landing. Did not happen. Now, we saw Ashlyn Kirby on bars. She had a mistake. See if she can get it together here on floor exercise. Sarah Edwards in the leadoff spot got a 9.875. That is a career high for her.
This is a great opportunity for Ashlyn to really redeem herself. Front layout, front 1.5 twist. She is doing a good job so far of really shaking that bar fall off. Double tuck. Very solid on the landings here. she can really get into the floor routine. She's got one more pass to finish this great floor routine so far. Front layout, front full. LSU is doing a great job of showing off their landings.
Get out the stick crown.
Great job by Ashlyn, really showing that even though she had that mistake on bars.
Sunday, catch an afternoon of women's basketball. First at 1 Eastern, it's Florida and number 7 South Carolina. Then number 18 Georgia takes on number 11 Tennessee. Both are right here on the SEC Network, and of course, streaming live on the ESPN app. Quickly back to the balance beam and Tia Albritton, following Aspen Tucker's 9.7. You're putting up 9.8s and 9.7s. You're just not going to hang with LSU's 9.85s and 9.9s.
You really need to put up those big scores, those 9.8, 7.5s, those 9.9 aboves. And midway through season, that's really where you want to see the big scores start to happen. Tia's doing a very good job of keeping her composure on the balance beam. Good full turn right there, another requirement. Front toss right into a split jump. Great connection.
Ashlyn Kirby, by the way, at 9.9, a career high for her on floor.
Gearing up for the dismount. Gainer full, gets that stick. I will definitely give that to her.
Maybe she can borrow the stick crown from LSU. Nice job from Tia.
And this dismount right here, gainer full, finds that landing, gets those heels together. Great job by Tia.
Christina Desiderio will be the next gymnast up on floor. Lauren's got more on the LSU floor lineup. Lauren?
You guys know a gymnastics season can be long and grueling, and it really requires some strategy for overall health. Lexi Priestman, one of those gymnasts for LSU, she's dealt with a multitude of injuries and surgeries in her career, so you're going to see Christina Desiderio going here in the number 3 spot. In the interest of limiting reps and completing on an unfamiliar floor, they try to rotate these girls around, but Coach Jay Clark said that you'll see her and Lexi Priestman in the postseason on lineup because he believes they can put up 2 of the best scores.
And Christina starting off with a huge double layout first pass. Front tuck through to a double tuck. Ooh. Pulls that around.
Might have stung the ankles a little on that. You can see they're already taped. Definitely not what Coach Jay Clark wants to see.
Definitely not, but she's doing a good job recovering. She still has one more pass.
Jay Clark being the main floor coach for the LSU Tigers.
See, she really needs to get confident in this last pass.
Christina has a nice pedigree. She's a 2-time national team member before coming to LSU.
Double pike. Pulls that one around, no problem.
So a little trouble on this second pass, Bridget. What happened?
She really just lost momentum. Here you see she has a front tuck step out. She cuts that a little bit too tight and just can't get this double tuck around.
Does not put the hands down, however.
Does not put those hands down, but much better on this third pass. Double pike, pulls that around.
So on beam, Tia Albritton put up a 9.8. This is Gabrielle Gatula. This is the first meet of the year for her.
Beautiful back handspring layout, step out.
Looked like a veteran on that one.
full turn.
Christina Desiderio just gets a 9.6 for her routine on floor.
Bella's doing a great job of proving herself on the balance beam. As we mentioned before, balance beam is a make or break event. It's only 4 inches wide. Jump series right there. Cartwheel gator full, gets that stick. Well done.
You gotta love it. The first routine of the season for her, and she goes up and she just smokes it.
And right here, back handspring, layout, step out. Gets that back foot on the beam right here. Cartwheel right into a gator full. Wow. Sean is excited. Hopefully Bella's excited. The whole team should be excited about that routine.
So a nice rotation so far for Missouri. Now a little bit of pressure on Kennedy Edney. Christina Desiderio did not have a great score. They don't have to count it as long as they hit the rest of the way.
Kennedy has a huge first pass here. Arabian double front.
Ooh,
I think she's in. I think she saved it.
Did not see any judges put up a flag. Skirting the border.
Here, 1.5 front layout. Great second pass. Really getting into this fun floor routine.
Reminds me of my moves back at prom.
Oh dear. I don't know if I'd want to see that, John.
You don't, trust me. Kennedy has been battling an ankle injury early in the season, so they've kind of brought her along slow. She has been competing all around as of late, currently number 26 in the country in the all around.
It is a long season, so really protecting the athletes is important. Final pass, double tuck, great landing. Great job recovering after Christina's little hiccup right before her, but right here, Arabian double front really travels in. Oh, and I think she's out.
She should have cut her toenails before the meet. I'm telling you what, it was that close.
Definitely a close call.
Gabrielle Gatula for Missouri on beam, a 9.825. Outstanding for her. Brittany Ward is the next gymnast up. Junior out of Ozark, Missouri.
She is very familiar with this anchor spot. She is a beautiful beam worker. Last weekend against Georgia, she was absolutely flawless on this event.
There's the results so far for Missouri on beam. Very consistent, but when you're rolling with the big dogs like LSU, you want to see some of those 9.8s become 9.9s.
Beautiful series, another back handspring layout step out.
Kennedy Edney on floor, 9.925, a career high for her.
Brittany can really get into this balance beam routine. Beautiful full turn. She is so confident on this routine. She does a great job. Cat leap right into a side aerial. Just the dismount. 1.5, sticks the landing. Great job for Brittany. In this series right here, this is probably one of the most beautiful series. Back handspring into a layout step out. And right here, you can tell 4 inches wide. And she does a 3-element series. You see those toes clamping that beam.
It makes me nauseous just looking at that. That is freaky.
And ending the routine with a beautiful round off 1.5. She should be very, very happy with that set.
So I got to give credit to LSU. Every time I've seen their team have a mistake, they seem to rebound in such an amazing way. We mentioned Kennedy Edney after Christina Desiderio's 9.6. She puts up a 9.925. And who's up next? Just Sarah Finnegan, number 6 ranked gymnast in the country in the all-around.
Going to be a big score here. 1.5 step out into a 2.5. Beautiful first pass.
You can see the scores there on the right. They are hoping to drop that 9.6. If Sarah Finnegan can stay on her feet, and Maya Hambrick just does what she's done all year, they will have no problem doing that. Brittany Ward, by the way, a 9.85 for her.
Second pass here. Huge double tuck. Sarah is a beautiful dancer from her fingers all the way down to her toe point. She really showcases that in this floor routine here. Gearing up for this final pass. Double pike, great landing. Beautiful routine by Sarah.
LSU has got 2 gymnasts, Sarah Finnegan and Maya Hambrick, that just week after week just knock it out of the park.
I mean, double tuck, chest is right where it needs to be on that landing in this last pass. Round up back handspring, double pike.
Beautiful.
Huge double pike.
Teammates are loving it. Dee Dee Bro, man, you better watch out. That shoulder's going to pop out the way she's pumping those fists. She's got the crown, and she's got the smile on her face as Brooke Kelly from Missouri finishes off what's been a very good beam rotation for Missouri.
They have been very confident on this rotation. Front aerial right into a one-arm back handspring. Slight hiccup. Gets her rhythm back.
We saw Missouri put up a season-high score on their first rotation in the vault. They have a chance to put up another season-high score here on
Beautiful
balancing.
cheap jump there. Dismount here. Front full, gets that stick.
Sarah Finnegan, by the way, a 9.975 on floor. That's a career high for her.
And Missouri should be very happy with that beam rotation.
Tomorrow it's an afternoon of college hoops right here on the SEC Network. First, number 8 Auburn takes on Georgia at 3:30 Eastern time. Then it's number 15 Tennessee and Alabama. I tell you what, it's all right here on the SEC Network. And Tennessee and Auburn, I see a clash in the future between those two teams as they battle for a possible number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Should be interesting. Now, Maya Hambrick has not lost a meet on floor all season. In fact, she's not scored lower than a 9.95 in any meet. She clinched the all-around last week at home on this event with a 9.975. The only thing she's missing in her repertoire is a 10.
Double layout. Huge double layout. She has so much fun with this floor routine.
She is set up for a 10 right here, Bridget, because Sarah Finnegan goes 9.975, and quite frankly, Maya Hambrick can do a better routine, and there's nowhere else for the judges to go except to a 10.0.
Most definitely. Round off 2.5, punch front. Great job. I don't know what the judges have taken so far.
We got a great shot down the lane here. Her teammates in the background just cheering her on. They know this is going to be a big one. Her streak of floor victories at meets is on the line here too. She's got to beat her teammate. Obviously Missouri has yet to go, but the one to beat right now is Sarah Finnegan.
It's pretty awesome that her competition is her own teammate. Huge double pike here. Again, I don't know what these judges are going to take off.
I called for it last week, and they didn't do it. Will they give it up this week in Columbia? We'll see.
Right here, double layout.
She should twist that. Twist
she really should. She's got the right body position in here. Round off 2.5 punch front. Finds that landing. And ending with a gorgeous double pike. And you see her team goes wild. They're excited for her. She's excited. I'm not sure what they could have taken off here, but we'll see what the judges think.
Dee Bro with a few words to the team as they get ready for their final event, the balance beam, as we wait for the judges' decision. Before that, we're going to go to Lauren Sisser with the best interview in gymnastics, Dee Bro.
Dee, you guys did a great performance there on the floor. Some mistakes there, but your girls just know how to rebound. Describe for me how that explains the character of this team.
Well, we do a lot of inter squads, and this doesn't happen in inter squad. So they've learned how to compete with a little bit of adversity. But we need to get over this, making mistakes and then overcoming it. But the performance were fabulous. I thought they tumbled really strong tonight. All 3 events, bars we didn't stick landings, but I thought the routines were really good. So they vaulted well, probably better than we vaulted in the last few meets. So we'll see how we do on beam, but go Tigers.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, Lauren. It is a 9.975 for Maya Hambrick. It is like a 4-ring circus here in Columbia. It's intense. Welcome back to Columbia, Missouri. John Roethlisberger, Bridget Sloan. After 3 rotations, LSU's got a comfortable lead of over 1 point over the host team, the Missouri Tigers. National news and notes, it was a great one in UCLA. Number 1, Oklahoma goes into Westwood and gets a big win, and there was 6 10.0s scored in that meet. Outstanding competition. Meanwhile, Utah moves up to the 2 spot, bumps LSU down to 3 with a 197.7. And once again, all 8 SEC teams are ranked in the top 25. Just put a recording on because that's every year. Bridget, there were some great individual performances this week as well.
Most definitely. You have Maya Hambrick, SEC Gymnast of the Week. Very well deserved. She has been an absolute rock star for the LSU team. Kiana Winston, another rock star for the University of Alabama, being an SEC Specialist of the Week. And ending with SEC Freshman of the Week, well-deserved Sarah Schaefer. Not her first time with this honor. This is her 2nd consecutive time.
Arkansas doing a great job. Now, Bridget, earlier in Gainesville tonight, we had a good one between Florida and Alabama.
I think Alex just knows where she is, and she sticks every landing. She has been so crucial to that team. Nikki Guerrero with a beautiful beam routine. She is such an amazing beam worker, and I have no words for Kennedy Baker and her tumbling.
She gets a 10.0. Alabama gives them a run, but at the end of the day, Florida Gators are just too much. They get the big win at home, and we will see Florida next week. We have at 7 Eastern time, number 5 Florida, number 13 Georgia. Then at 8:30, it's number 6 Kentucky and number 9 Alabama. That is going to be a good one. It's all next week on Friday Night Heights. Coming up, beam for LSU and Sarah Finnegan, while Missouri Tigers and Kennedy Harris go to the floor exercise. It is officially Friday Night Heights when you got the funky fun in bump. Gymnasts having a good time through 3 rotations. LSU with a comfortable lead. Now they move to the balance beam. This is Erin McAdeg, balance beam All-American. LSU coming off a floor rotation where they had a mistake. They had a 9.6, which they didn't have to count. The other 5 scores, all career highs. We saw something similar happen at LSU last weekend on bars. An amazing job to just erase those mistakes and put up a big number.
Definitely. LSU knows how to rally. I know Coach Didi and Jay would love to not have to rally like that.
Each of these teams tonight have put up season highs on 2 different events. Missouri put up a season high on beam last rotation. Floor exercise for LSU last rotation was also a season high.
Erin is doing a beautiful job in this leadoff spot. She is a great beam worker. Handspring layout, step out. She does this beam routine so effortlessly. Dismount right here. Gainer
Did she
fall.
did she touch the beam?
I don't know if she touched the beam, but I did see that. She did stick her dismount, but let's see where that hand went.
Watch the right hand.
Gainer fall. Oh, she did.
Now it'll be interesting to see if the judges notice that.
Notice that, exactly.
They're on the other side of the beam. There is one on her side as well. What kind of deduction are you looking at?
You know, I'm not very familiar with that deduction.
It does not happen that often.
I believe normally it is a fall, but since it was on the dismount, I'm not sure what they would take off for that.
This is sophomore Mary Nicholson, Richland Hills, Texas native, leading off from Missouri on floor.
Missouri needs to put up some big scores, which on this floor exercise, I think they can do it.
Well, honestly, it's going to be very hard for them to catch LSU, but there's another factor at play for them. They could easily get a season-high score here tonight. They are on pace to do it, and that will be huge for them. It'll move them up in the rankings. It'll get them some of that national credibility as you head into the second half of the regular season. Most
definitely. And putting up big scores, that means that they were confident in their floor routines and they were consistent. We really want to see that consistency here.
Erin McAdeg leads off beam for LSU with a 9.9. That is her season high.
Looks like those judges did not see her put her hand on the beam. Close one there. Here with a front handspring, front fall. Good start for the Mizzou Tigers. Really want to keep that momentum going.
We also have an all-around competition going on tonight, and you know, for LSU, half the time, if you're the best all-arounder on your own team, you're probably going to win the all-around in the meet, and that seems to be the case tonight. Maya Hambrick with just a 1/10 lead over her 2 teammates, Sarah Finnegan and Kennedy Edney. We do have 2 all-arounders from Missouri, Aspen Tucker and Allison Bauer, who are a little bit further back. But Maya Hambrick, she just needs a 9.925 or better on this routine to make it impossible for anyone to catch her.
Beautiful full turn start off the routine.
Ooh. And I would say there goes that 9.925.
There goes that 9.925, but she still has the rest of the routine to go. So for her right now, she really needs to just get her mind back where it belongs and make sure that this beam routine can continue. Handspring layout, step out, beautiful job there.
I cannot say enough great things about Maya Hambrick. You know, she came in very under the radar, was not recruited by a lot of teams, and yet she comes in here and she just works her tail off, has learned so much gymnastics while at LSU, and here she is, just one of the best gymnasts, not just on her team, but in the country.
Definitely, and round up double full to end that routine.
So So last year, the Missouri Tigers sustained an injury to a critical gymnast, Morgan Porter. It was an Achilles injury. It happened right here last January. Landed really short. And it just makes you wince even looking at it. And that was her Achilles injury. It ended her season. And we had hoped to see her here tonight. But unfortunately, the hits keep coming from Morgan Porter. Lauren Sisler's got more on that.
Unfortunately, Morgan Porter has the flu, so she is not here competing tonight, but she's really remained fairly consistent in vault and bars lineup this year, adding beam these last 3 weeks. Coach Walker said she's training floor, but it's still a work in progress. It's tough, though, when you perform at a high level like that. It's been an adjustment for her to ease back into the lineup, but she's really maintained that positive attitude.
This is Allison Bauer. She follows Mary Nicholson's 9.7.
Doing a great job so far. She had a great first pass, rounded back handspring, double pike.
Maya Hambrick puts up a 9.825 on balance beam, so opens the door just a little bit for Sarah Finnegan and Kennedy Edney.
Round off 1.5 front layout, great second pass.
Allison's mom was a gymnast at Nebraska. Actually was the Big 8, and that's going back a few years. The Big 8 all-around champion in 1990. I'm going to date myself, but that's when I was competing at the University of Minnesota.
Well, she definitely comes from a gymnastics family. Last pass here. Rounded back handspring, double tuck, gets that landing. Great routine for Allison.
A great meet for the young Allison Bauer. She should be happy.
Taking a look at this second pass, 1.5, right into a front layout and ending with a gorgeous rounded back handspring, double tuck. Lands with her chest up, finds that landing. She's excited at the end.
Gotta love it. We mentioned Maya Hambrick's 9.825. Now Kennedy Edney not only has a chance to continue to build that team score, but she has a chance to win the all-around. If she gets better than a 9.925, she will be in the lead. And right on cue has a little bit of a wobble.
She's gonna have to really work on just getting back into this beam routine. Just because Maya had a mistake, they said that they want to keep that momentum. Here's where she can get that momentum back.
Oh.
And she just seems to be really rushed. She really needs to just take her time.
And the score for Allison Bauer, a 9.925, does not get the 10, but that is a career high, and that is gigantic for the Missouri Tigers.
Kennedy really has to find her focus here with a loud crowd in the background. Front toss. You can tell after that mistake, she's being very aggressive. Ends with a round off 1.5, gets that landing.
Allison Bauer, she's all smiles. This is when the score came in. Team loved it.
A very well-deserved 9.925 for Allison.
So just to put it in perspective, though, I know LSU just had a fall on beam. Meanwhile, Allison Bauer's putting up 9.925. Missouri's still going to need a lot of help from LSU to win this meet.
They are, but they are doing a great job of being consistent and putting up as big of scores as they can.
And that's really the story for them. They are on pace to just blow away their previous season high, and that's what matters for them tonight, to continue to improve. We saw those rankings for Missouri over the years continue to get better. They want to do that again this year, and they want to contend for the chance to go to the NCAA championship.
And they are doing a great job so far. Beautiful first pass. I love how Shauna smiles this entire floor routine.
I've known Shauna Miller for quite a while. She actually hails from the town I live in, Knoxville, Tennessee. Went to Tataru's Gymnastics Club there. Great to see her out here having a great college career.
Round off layout right to a Shushinova.
Coach Welker said Sean has really become the vocal leader of this team. And you know, when your team has struggles and injuries like they've had, it's so important to have a strong leader, and Sean has really been that person for them.
Absolutely. Great pass. Front handspring, 1.5 twist. She is very excited about that routine, as she should be. Taking a look at this first pass. Front handspring, front layout, front full. Little shuffle on the landing, but ending with a front handspring, 1.5 twist. Pretty big hop backwards, but stays in bounds, gets her control back.
Shauna only did floor for the first time this season last week, so she'd been called upon amidst some struggles. Now Christina Desiderio mounts the beam following Kennedy Edney's disappointing 9.275. We talked about how the top 5 scores count. LSU will want to drop that low score, but the next 3 girls all have to stay on. You can see the scores there. 2 good ones, but that third one, that 9.275, they will certainly want to erase that.
Christina really needs to focus in, know that she can do it. Beautiful back handspring layout, step out.
Shauna Miller improves on her score last week. She gets a 9.8 for her floor routine.
Switch leap to a switch half. Fights for that landing. And taking your time on balance beam is so important, and keeping your rhythm. Ends with a gainer full. Great job by Christina. Taking another look at this dismount. Gainer full, gets above the beam, sees the landing, doesn't move those feet. You can tell LSU really has lost the momentum. They really need to get that back. I know that this is the last event, but
yeah, they had a lot of fire and floor, and even going into this beam rotation with Aaron McAdeg's 9.9, and then things kind of seemed to slow for them. But meanwhile, Missouri has got the mojo on floor as Aspen Tucker takes center stage.
And this is a new floor routine for Aspen. Great first pass, tuck full in.
And following Shauna Miller's 9.8, Aspen Tucker with this tumbling has got a chance to blow that score away.
Getting into this floor routine here.
Christina Desiderio a 9.8 for her routine.
Round off, back handspring, double full, right into a layout step out. Very unique pass. Getting the crowd into it. It's a very fun floor routine for Aspen.
And I tell you what, the arena is not full, but they are loud. And I'm a little bit worried if she sticks this landing because the crowd is right behind us. I might need some earmuffs.
Little Beyonce for you. All she's got is one more pass. Double tuck, a little short on the landing, but recovers well. Great routine for Aspen.
I love this second pass, Bridget.
It is such a unique pass. Round off back handspring, double full, right into a layout step out. And here with her final pass, double tuck, doesn't quite have the momentum, but recovers well. Really want to see that chest up at the end.
Shannon Welker likes it. As we go back over to beam, Lauren Sisler's got more for us.
Yeah, Reagan Campbell up here in that 5 spot on beam, and she's been dealing with a nagging wrist injury the last 3 years. She's just a freshman. You can see the wrist brace on her right wrist there, and they did surgery. It was successful. The coaching staff, though, trying to ease her back into things on floor and bars, but beam, she's really starting to gain some confidence here as they put her here towards the end of the lineup.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, Reagan Campbell, really one of those gymnasts that, you know, she's going to make an impact maybe on 1 or 2 events this season, but somebody down the road, Bridget, you know her well. She comes from Texas Dreams, an outstanding gym club, coached by world champion Kim Zemeskal. She's somebody that, as we see another major mistake, that can make a big impact in the years to come.
And again, we've talked about how LSU is really losing their momentum. They really just need to get that back. Trust themselves, trust their ability to do these beam routines. Again, beam is the make or break event.
And that is unfortunate. LSU will have to count a fall on beam They only need a 9.45 to clinch the team competition, but I tell you what, they're going to let this linger on to the last routine, I do believe, after this fall.
It is going to be a tight one. Round off, double full to finish. Great finish.
Disappointing for Reagan Campbell, as you can see the scores so far. So they may have to count that 9.275 from Kennedy Edney, depending on what Reagan Campbell does here. But, you know, they got the ace in the hole, Sarah Finnegan, yet to go, and she has just been a rock for this team. Hasn't missed a routine all season, actually, has Sarah Finnegan, which usually is cue for having her miss a routine. Hopefully that's not the jinx, but...
Hopefully she didn't hear you say that.
Now Kennedy Harris continues an outstanding floor rotation from Missouri. Aspen Tucker puts up a 9.85. Floor for Missouri has been a little bit of a struggle for them this year. They're only ranked number 38 in the country. Their lowest rank on any event.
Definitely some room to improve, but they have done a great job this season of staying consistent. They're trying to get this tumbling up in the air, get that amplitude, get that height. Great double pike. I think we can all say Kennedy Harris, she is the rock to this floor rotation. Coach Shannon Welker said a few weeks ago, she is the clutch performer when they need her most. Second pass here. Front layout, front full, great job. Big smile at the end.
Reagan Campbell a 9.35 on floor, or on beam rather, for LSU. Oh, if she can nail this,
She's got it.
This is going to be a huge number, and the roof is going to come off this place.
Double tug, finds that landing. Wow.
We called it out for LSU when it looked like a perfect 10. The same thing for Kennedy Harris. Will they give her the perfect score?
I don't know, but it'll definitely be a big score. Huge double pike. Look how high she gets just on her jumps.
Wow.
She is well above where she needs to be, where she should be required. And this last pass to top it off, round out back handspring, double tuck, finds that landing.
Outstanding job for Kennedy Harris. Now, Sarah Finnegan needs a 9.95 to clinch the all-around. And the team competition is still in play if she should have a major break. Because meanwhile, Kennedy Harris, a 9.95.
Very well deserved.
Ooh, and a little wobble from Sarah Finnegan.
Again, really, this LSU team really just needs to focus in on themselves, stay in their bubble.
You can see that team score on the side there. I would never have guessed that this meet would come down to a Sarah Finnegan balance beam routine, but it just has. If she has any kind of break, it could give Missouri a chance.
Great side summy right there.
So she needs a 9.325 to clinch the team competition, which means she just has to stay on, and she does.
Great job.
So it looks like LSU is going to still win it. She needs a 9.75, by the way, to continue the streak of 197s for LSU.
Dismount right there. She almost missed her back foot a little bit, but recovered quite nicely, sticking that dismount. See that stick crown, well deserved.
So does the streak of 197s continue for LSU? We will see. Sarah Finnegan needs a 9.75 or better to do that. Now McKaylee Turner, the junior, finishes off a floor routine, the best one of the season for Missouri.
She has the potential to put up a really big score here.
Anything better than a 9.7 will give them a season high on this event as well. It'll be the third season high for Missouri in this competition.
One and a half, front layup for first pass.
Sarah Finnegan on beam, a 9.9. So the streak of 197s continues, but not enough to overtake her teammate Maya Hambrick in the all-around.
Kaylee is doing a great job with this floor routine so far. Gearing up here. Teammates behind her cheering her on. Double tuck, pulls it around. Just needs a little more oomph at the end. Great job for McKaylee.
She flirted with disaster a little bit on that last pass, but
She did, but she pulled it around.
keeps it on her feet. And what a great night for the Missouri Tigers. Goals are always different coming into meets. You know, some teams it's about the win. But for Missouri, they knew they were up against it, against the #3 team in the country, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to do exactly what they did, Bridget.
And they did a great job tonight. They really showed consistency. Now what they need to do is go back in the gym and just work on those little details. Being more aggressive, fighting for those landings. They should be really happy with tonight.
And ironically enough, even though the streak of 197 pluses continues for LSU, I guarantee you that group right there is not happy. They had a lot of mistakes tonight. But we're going to wrap it up. We're going to look at the team scores and the all-around winners when we come back to Columbia, Missouri on the SEC Network. Head coach Shannon Welker and his Missouri Tigers, ironically, they're the happiest team in the gym right now. They put up a season-high 196.375. It's not enough to overtake the #3 team in the country, the 197.15 for the LSU Tigers, but a great meet nonetheless, Bridget.
Absolutely. Missouri should be very happy with tonight. LSU, they've got a few things that they can go back in the gym and work on, really fighting for those landings, but Missouri should be really happy with how they performed tonight.
LSU on floor exercise. This was a highlight, though. 5 career high scores for them.
And that is what makes the difference is one event. They had a amazing floor rotation. It was great pass after great pass. Floor routines were just high scoring. They did an awesome job on that event, really showing off their artistry in the dance, their high tumbling.
Maya Hambrick ties for another floor title with her teammate Sarah Finnegan. Ironically, the score they didn't count was a mistake, a 9.6. They got to drop that. But here you can take a look at the meet summary for LSU. We talked about the career highs on floor. Maya Hambrick gets the job done again in the all-around, her 13th career title. And the streak continues. You know, it wasn't pretty for LSU, but they put up another 197 plus, the 29th straight for them. Outstanding consistency. Teams line up for the final results. Once again, LSU puts up a 197.15. Missouri puts up a 196.375. So from Columbia, Missouri, LSU gets the job done. For Bridget Sloan and Lauren Sisler, I'm John Roethlisberger. Coming up next, SEC Story, Norm, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. So long from Columbia.